Oh man, boy, is it glad to see you guys again, man. It's been a while. Took off the whole month of February. Um, it's weird that I took off a whole month after going a few straight. Only missing like a week here, a week there. But I'm gonna try to get back on my grind, man. I'm gonna try to get back on the no every week because that's how it should be. That's how it was good when it was flowing. It was good. I felt good. I felt at my best. But what's up, dudes, dudettes, guys, and girls out there? It's another episode. I believe this is episode 19. I think it's 19. It could very well be 18. I know it's not 20 yet. I would know if it was 20. I'm going to say episode 18. Hopefully I'm right. I could check it, but I'm not going to. Um, Life of Lik with your main man, the host, of course, Leak, aka or Malik, aka Leak. Yeah, I'm gonna come up. I should have. Yo, how did I miss? How was I off for a whole month and came back with less AKAs? That's crazy. But yeah, what's been up with me, man? Nothing crazy. I got an internship, so I'm there from the morning until the evening. I feel like an adult. Um, it's weird because I used to just come home middle of the day, go to class, come back, go to class, come back. But now I'm just gone from one. I get up, leave, come back, and then leave my job and come back. It feels like high school all over again just because I'm at one place all day. And I remember like the first couple of days, I was like, man, this is what it feels like to be an adult because it's like you kind of get into a routine of it. But I mean, it's a good thing. Like I enjoy where I'm working at. This is cool. I enjoy what I do. Um, yeah, getting a new perspective into a different career in sports, just academics or collegiate athletic academics. Yeah, it's been fun. Met a lot of good people. Still meeting a lot of good people, getting to know people. Other than that, I've been here chilling with friends. You guys know him, Jonah, aka Posty, Allah, Abe, Ken, all the guys here and girls. Tati, saw China the other day. Haven't seen Lay. Lay been hiding out. I haven't seen her. But what's been up with me? This past weekend I went back home. Watched UFC 259, Adesanya versus Błahovic. I think I said that right. I know Izzy's real the way the African pronunciation of his last name is Adesanya, but his manager came out and said he wants people to say it Adesanya for media rights. So that's how if Izzy wants to be called Adesanya, that we're gonna call him Adesanya. Whereas Błahovic, watched that with my dad. That was dope. That's one thing we kind of bond over is like UFC because he was like into it. I would go downstairs. He'd be watching like old reruns of fights and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I kind of like UFC. So I started getting into it, watching a little more. Cause like, especially over COVID when like nothing else is on, they have shows every Saturday. Like if you're ever bored on a Saturday, should I tell you to go find a stream? I don't watch the streams. I buy pay-per-view every time. I do watch the fight nights on ESPN Plus. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. I do watch the fight nights on ESPN Plus. Those are usually good. So yeah, Saturdays when I'm not really doing anything. Sometimes if there's a really good card like this weekend, that'll be my plan. Will be come to get back on a Saturday and just go in my room and just watch UFC, watch the fights, turn on the fights, and just watch those. Because it's interesting. The more you get into it, the more you're entertained by not only the stand up but also the ground game, the techniques on the ground, seeing what kind of submissions they could go to because not everyone goes to them, and just how they kind of wrestle around for position and how they kind of use that and score points. The point system is kind of weird. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I kind of hopped on to this fight night this weekend, and the main event is Leon Rocky Edwards versus Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. I feel like because they usually put the nicknames or the ring names in the middle, but I feel like Bilal should put his, like Conor McGregor does, the notorious Conor McGregor. I think he should put remember the name before it. So it's like remember the name Bilal Muhammad, not Bilal remember the name Muhammad. I mean, well, I guess I think it goes good either way, but I think remember the name Bilal Muhammad would be pretty fucking dope. Um, if I was a fighter, what would my name be? Malik, Malik the Freak. That's what my friends would tell me. They would just put that. Hey, shout out AP, man. He the only one. Not he started that. I don't know why he called me that, but he started it. I am a saint. I am saved. I don't do anything freaky. I should have told him to relax. I told him to relax, but they kept it just stuck. So, but there's only a few people who call me that up here. Yeah, I don't even know why it started. I think it. I don't know. Oh, y'all want to know how? We were out one night and we were taking pictures. We were out in BG downtown. We were taking pictures before it had. I think it was no. I think it was after we finished going out. So we were coming back, I believe, and we were just taking pictures. And they were taking pictures. He was taking pictures of me, and these two white girls came up, and not the attractive ones, the nasty bigger ones. They came up. So what did I do? I started posing with them. Like nothing crazy, but you know, I think I still have a picture of it on my phone. But yeah, it was just having a fun time. So I think that's where it started, and then it just kind of carried on and carried on, and then Ken started calling me that. Posty still calls me that. Allah sometimes says it. Tati says it. So I just can't. Dodge that name. So Malik, the Freak, Device, not Leak the Freak, the Freak. There, I think that would be it. But if I could choose, that wouldn't be it. It'd be something tougher. But yeah, that's the main event, and then another fight on that card. I haven't looked at the whole card. I just know it's that fight, and then Derek Brunson versus Kevin Holland. Big mouth Kevin Holland, Trailblazer. They fight. If you're watching that fight, I'm not gonna tell you who to root for, but if you want things to get interesting, if you watch UFC and you want things to get interesting in the 185 division, root for Kevin Holland. Because if Kevin Holland wins, that's gonna get him and Izzy already have a little. It's not beef, but a little venison. They got a little venison, a little venison brewing. So root for Kevin Holland, because if Kevin Holland wins, that might get Izzy's attention. Now he might want Kevin Holland to get one more dub, and Kevin Holland would have no problem with turning right around in like 2 months, if that 2 months, maybe even a month, and get right back in the octagon and fight again. And who knows, maybe because it's Till versus Vittori sometime soon. Till versus Vittori. Maybe if Darren Till wins that, because Izzy said something about Darren Till, maybe Darren Till then faces Kevin Holland. Winner of that gets Izzy. But you got to remember that Robert Whitaker and Paulo Costa also fight soon. I think that is April 10th. I think that's April 10th. But that fight could have been on ABC, but Costa didn't want it to. And that was so dumb. I don't know why he wouldn't want to be on ABC. That is literally a perfect fight for ABC. Robert Whitaker's a brawler. Costa's a brawler. Well, not really a brawler, but like they scrap. Like they throw hands. It's not really going to go to the ground. They're going to stand up and bang. So that would be a great fight for ABC. I don't know if either of them would turn in the performance that Max Holloway did on ABC when he fought Calvin Kattar, but it'd be a good fight. That was just unreal performance by Max Holloway. Freaking a former UFC champ, turns out his best performance in this match of his career. But anyways, Kevin Holland, Derek Brunson, root for Kevin Holland. Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. I'm not sure who I want to root for that. I don't know, because it's hard because I just got into UFC. I feel like UFC, if I was into UFC maybe a few years ago, I really want not Kevin Holland. I really want Leon Edwards to win just because he hasn't fought in like 2 years. And that's a long time for a fighter because that's how they get paid. They get paid when they fight. So imagine not getting paid for 2 years. Of course, you probably get money other times, but no, he hasn't not fought because he's been trying not to fight or because he's been ducking fights. No, he's been trying to fight. It's just one thing leads to another, and he doesn't. Especially with COVID, that was a big thing that kind of stopped him from fighting this year because he was supposed to fight. I know most recently he was supposed to fight Hamzat Chimaev, who was just hot shot running through guys. I think he started 4-0 in the UFC, all 4 finishes. So they were supposed to fight. And Hamzat was the guy going from 185 to 170. No. 170 to 155. No, 170 to 185 because Leon Edwards is a 170 pounder. Leon Edwards cannot be is he 170? Is Leon Edwards in the ones? Hey Siri, what division does Leon Edwards fight in?
Here's what I found from wikipedia.org. Leon Edwards, born the 25th of August.
Welterweight. So he is in the 170. So yeah, Hamzat was fighting 170, 185. He go back and forth. So they were gonna fight. But I think the first time I got called off for COVID, I don't know. I'm not sure if Leon got it or Hamzat got it the first time. But they're like, okay, let's just reschedule it. He gets back, gets healthy, they're gonna fight. Second time again gets called off because of COVID, and now we know it's Hamzat, and it messes him up. Like it was like this past week he was talking about retiring because of the COVID stuff that's been happening, and of course people think like, okay, COVID athlete, it shouldn't affect you that bad, but with UFC fighters, you get it during your training, it's gonna mess you up because you're literally training every day to your maximum capacity while losing weight and dehydrating yourself. That's going to mess you up bad. So I know that Cody Garbrandt was on the Joe Rogan podcast and he was talking about it. And then, so just hearing that kind of opened my eyes to how that would be a problem. And the fact that the UFC has been doing it through not the whole pandemic, but the early stages of it. They found a way to get it going, and they've had shows throughout it. Even when no other sports were going, UFC was going. So yeah, Hamzat had to pull out, and for this March 13th card. So they're like, okay, Leon's like, I'm not moving off this card. I haven't fought in 2 years. I need to get paid. So I'm staying on this card. You guys find me somebody to fight. So Bilal, I'm not calling him Bilal. Remember the name Bilal Muhammad. Steps up, says I'll fight him. He's been on a pretty good streak lately. Looking good. There's one picture of him wearing his glasses in the ring after he wins with his after they announced the winner, so his hands up and stuff, and that's hilarious. He got his glasses on. I'm not sure if he had a hat on or not, but yeah, it's just a funny picture. So yeah, I don't know who I want to win that fight. I don't know who I feel like smart money goes to Leon, but it's like he hasn't been in the ring in so long. But I mean, it's not like he hasn't been in the ring. Like Conor wasn't in the ring. He hasn't been in the ring, but he's trying to get in the ring. So could there be a case of ring rust there? I don't know. I hope not. Because of course Muhammad's been the more active fighter, obviously, because he burst onto the scene, and of course he's been active. He's been fighting a lot recently. So I don't know where I would go on that. Come back to this podcast in about 6 months. I might be able to make some predictions that you guys can like stand on. But I definitely go with Kevin Holland in that fight. But not because I know anything, just because I like Kevin Holland. That's the only reason I would go with Kevin Holland over Derek Brunson. But yeah, back to UFC 259. And by the way, while you're watching this, like, comment, subscribe. I know I haven't posted in a while, so really hit that like button. Welcome me back and with open arms and good graces. Yeah, subscribe, leave a rating on iTunes. Yeah, maybe I might start up a Patreon soon so we can get real X-rated with the content. I'm kidding. Yeah, UFC 259. We're not gonna start off with the main event. Where do I want to start? Okay, we'll start at Islam Makhachev. Problem. All right, this is a problem. Khabib's boy fought Drew Dober. He fought Drew Dober. And we were watching the fights. It was me, my dad, Sky, and Devon, or D Scott, as he always introduced. I call people, when I bring them up around my friends, I'm like, yeah, Devon said this. And I'm like, who? I'm like, you mean D Scott? Like, yeah. So stop going by D Scott, man. Just tell them your name is Devon. At least my close friends, the ones who I'm going to be talking about, tell them your name is Devon. So when I call you Devon, they know who I'm talking about. I don't call you D Scott on the regular, but they out here saying D Scott. I'm like, come on. Who is this guy? Don't big his head up. You're making him think he's someone. I'm just kidding. You know you're my boy. But yeah, I was watching the fights with them, and we were talking about Drew Dober, and it looked like he shouldn't be fighting, because he's like this frat boy white guy type of thing, with the long hair at the top, fully shaved sides, little flip over hair, like it's long but it flips over, so it's kind of short. Yeah, so it looked like he shouldn't be in the ring, but I guess he's pretty good. I guess Drew Dober's pretty good. He's built like a tank. He's like 5'8", built like a tank, like muscles on muscles. But Islam shut him down, took him to the ground, and he couldn't get back up. I guess that was a theme for the night. Except for the one fight where the guy who won wanted it to be the theme. But yeah, Islam, I don't want him to fight Tony Ferguson. I don't want him to fight T Ferg. He called out T Ferg. I don't want that fight, just because we saw T Ferg get smashed by Charles Oliveira. It's not Carlos, it's Charles. It's Charles Oliveira, right? Bro, what is his name? Dog, I come back to this pod, I'm rusty. I'm sorry. Is it Charles Oliveira? Charles Oliveira. Yeah, Charles Oliveira. What's his name? Chael Sonnen always calls him Charlie Olives, which is hilarious. Chael Sonnen doesn't say anyone's name right. He says, and the funny part about Chael Sonnen is he'll go, like, for example, Jan Blachowicz, he'll call, to start the video, he'll say it right, or close to right. He'll call him Blachowicz. But then he'll say it 30 seconds later and say Blachowicz. And he'll say that twice, and the next time he says it, he'll say Blachowicz. And he'll say that for like a bunch of different names. Chael Sonnen is a troll. So, not a troll like a bad way, but he's a funny troll. But it's like, I don't know if he's saying it on purpose or if he's just kidding. I really don't know, because it's like a switch. He'll go, yeah, Jan Blachowicz fights Izzy Adesanya, and I really think Blachowicz is going to have trouble. And it's like, and then people will be in the comments like, what's your last name? Like, Chael said, ask them, what's your last name? And he'll say, Blachowicz. And like, Chael says, Blahovich. Like, okay. But anyways, I don't want, because Charles Oliveira destroyed Tony Ferguson, and that just looked bad. His face was all messed up. He was stumbling around the ring, but he's so like, he's such a trooper that he's such a strong dude that he's not gonna give up. He's not gonna get knocked out. Even when Charles Oliveira had his arm bending the wrong way, he didn't give up. He didn't tap anything because he's just that dude. But yeah, I don't want Islam to fight him. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sloppy today. I don't want Islam to fight him. I just stopped it. I don't want Islam to fight him just because I don't want to see him get battered like that. I don't know who they would give him. I guess T. Ferg is not a bad choice because you're not going to give him Chandler. Not going to give him Gaethje or Poirier or McGregor. Diaz said he's fighting at 170, so you're not giving him that. 155. I don't know, man. I just don't want him to fight T. Ferg. Maybe you give him Charles Oliveira, but I don't know. I don't know what Charles Oliveira is doing, really. Like, I don't know. Maybe, excuse me. Let's see. Let's try to. I know Poirier and McGregor are about to fight again. So that'd be Poirier McGregor 3. I'd like to see Gaethje and Chandler. That'd be a fun matchup. So really just those two. And then everyone. But it's a tough division. But anyways, I keep getting off track. Islam Makhachev wins. And then, of course, no, I'll say that. And then Amanda Nunes does what Amanda Nunes does is she smiles, walks into the ring, taps gloves, destroys the girl in front of her, and smiles again, and gets the belts. So that's just what she does, man. Like, Amanda Nunes fights, you know what you're gonna get, and you're never gonna be disappointed. Like, she's gonna go in there, like Khabib says, I want to smash you. She doesn't say that, but she just goes out and does it. She just smashes whoever's in front of her, and it's just like, okay, well, who's the next girl who thinks they're gonna be able to beat her, but they really know they can't beat her? Because like, girls get hit by her. Like, Megan Anderson got hit by her, and she was just like, whoa, I shouldn't be here. Like, and it's crazy because Megan Anderson's like 6 foot, Amanda Nunes is 5'8". So obviously she has a wild reach advantage, but she just couldn't use, like, she had space. And if she would just throw some jabs or some punches, obviously it's easier said than done. But if she threw some stuff out there, maybe she could have kept her at bay. But I don't think Amanda Nunes was going to be scared of anything that Anderson was going to hit her with. So she just walked down. She didn't even really get to walk her down. She just jab, overhand right, connected. Anderson's falling back. Her leg goes straight. Amanda Nunes pushes her down. Boom. Goes down. Triangle armbar. Like, body triangle armbar. I don't even think it was on the body. I think it was around her. Anyways, it was around her chest area. But yeah, I said that was the merciful way to go, because she could have had her stand back up and just continue to pound her. So yeah, Amanda Nunes does what Amanda Nunes does, gets the win. She has a child now, so she said the lioness gets better when she has kids. So that's going to be super tough for every woman in the UFC, or any woman who wants to come to the UFC and try to fight Amanda Nunes. That's going to be tough. Is it going to be a better paycheck? I don't know. You don't get paid by the hour. Okay. You don't get paid by the hour. You get the check. So, I mean, I guess it's quick entry, quick exit, maybe, but, Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling. Of course, I'll save the main event for the last. But Petr Yan, Aljamain Sterling. Of course, I was rooting for Aljamain. I was afraid of what Petr Yan could do, though. Not really afraid, but I knew what he could do. I knew he could knock him out. So I told my dad, I was like, I don't think this fight's going to a decision. If it goes to a decision, I think Petr Yan should be a little worried. just because if I felt like if Piotr Jan won, he was gonna knock him out, and it was on that pace. Like the first round, I thought Aljamain won, but none of the judges gave Aljamain the first round. He came out with some crazy pace. I think he only got one takedown in the first round. They gave him maybe he got the takedown in the second because they all gave Aljamain the second round, which it felt like Aljamain won the first and then Piotr Jan won the second and the third. So, and Aljamain, you could tell he was getting tired because you could tell he was getting tired and that the game plan was to get to the ground. I mean, he said the game plan was to get to the ground, but his shots for takedowns were just lazy. It was like he didn't like. He's like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to try to take him down. And he just kind of stuck his head down there. He just kind of stuck his head down there and hope something good happened. Of course, I'm not going to say, of course, it's easy for me to tell. But that wasn't going to work. So, and Piotr Jan actually ended up taking Aljamain down a couple times. But he was battering him a little bit. Aljamain would fall to the ground. And I know DC said that it looked like Aljamain was not nervous, but he had the nerve, so he just needed to calm down because he was slipping a lot. Like he tried to throw a kick and he'd slip. He tried to do something and he'd slip. Piotr would grab his leg or something and he'd slip. But every time he went to the ground, he would just lay there and like kind of taunt him, tell him to get back, tell him to come down to the ground with him. So like a little bit, he'd go to the ground, just kind of lay there. A couple of times he put his hand on his head, tell him like, come on. But of course, Piotr Jan was like, ain't nothing for me down there, man. So go ahead, come on, get up. But of course, later on, if you follow UFC or you follow sports at all, you know that there was an illegal knee. I forget how it got there, but Aljamain was on the ground on a knee. And at first, when he first got to the ground, he had his hand down. And Herb Dean said, was it Herb Dean? No, it was Mark Smith. Mark Smith. Mark Smith said he's grounded. If I heard it on the TV, I know he heard it. So he's like, yeah, he's grounded. So I guess the rule is, I think you need a hand planted, and it has to be planted, like your weight has to be on your hand, or because of course people before used to just do their fingertips, and to be grounded, and excuse me, but they took that out of the rule book. So planted hand on the palm, or a knee. So he had his knee down. He took his hands off the ground, had his knee. And, Piotr Jan looked over, loaded up, boom, knee to the side of the head. Aljamain falls down. Mark Smith steps in, calls time, and Aljamain is just not done for, but you could tell he was out. Like he didn't know what was going on because that was a knee straight to the side of the head. That's tough. Like. That's going to be tough for anybody to take. So he goes down. He's rolling around for a little bit. Mark Smith's giving him time. He's asking him, does he want to continue? He's trying to sit up. Aljamain tries to sit up. Falls right back down. So you could tell like he was concussed. He was out of it. Doctor comes in, talks to him. I think when the doctor comes in, I think Aljamain is laying down. But doctor asks him, hey, how are you feeling? Like, can you see? And he was like, I can see, but it's fuzzy. He said it's fuzzy or it's blurry. So, but obviously when I lay down, it's better. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, call the fight. It's done. So, call the fight, disqualification. Aljamain wins. Now, it was a lot of time where I was down there. So we had some talks. My dad, Sky, Devon, and we were talking. And personally, I believed Aljamain was losing the fight, and I did not think there was going to be any way he would come back because he just looked gassed. Like it looked like he was going to be finished at some point, like fourth or fifth round, he was going to get finished. I was thinking, hey, I'm taking this dub. I'm not saying, yeah, we're good, let's keep it going, because I'm just going to get finished. And it's like, I'm taking the dub. I'm taking the championship, the win bonus, and we can go from there. And we can run it back if I want to. But I'm taking this championship and I'm taking this fight and I'm taking this win bonus. Because like I said, they get paid once a year. They get paid to show. They get paid to win. I need that second check. So, and of course that wasn't his decision. The doctor made the decision for him and the ref made the decision for him after however long. But yeah, I'm milking that. If I'm Aljamain, I'm milking that until you guys call it. Like, I'm not getting back up from that and continuing to fight because I know I lost. I'm taking that dub. I know it sounds bad, but I'm here to win, you know? And it was a illegal strike. Like, you can't say, oh, you shouldn't want that win. Like, yeah, that's not how you wanted to win, but it's a win. Like, he got disqualified, so that's his win. And I heard, and I know my dad was kind of saying like, "Oh, he's just faking down there." I don't think he was. He got hit pretty hard, but even if it was, I would fake it. Because again, I know I don't know if he thought he was losing, but you watch that fight, you kind of know you're losing. So I'll get up, go train. I know what I need to work on. I need to work on my pace, or not my pace, but my conditioning, and get a new game plan. Because obviously the takedowns that I was doing weren't really working. So I need to work on something else. If I want to get it to the ground, work on something else to get it to the ground. But yeah, go back, work on that, come back if you think, and we'll run it back if I want to run it back. And that's the thing. I feel like, of course, in my mind, everyone's minds when that happened was you have to run that back. But if Aljo just won, even on decision, people wouldn't be saying he has to run it back. Because even before it, Jan was talking about, oh, I'm fighting Dillashaw after this. You want to come back, come back to the division, come back to the UFC, we're fighting. So I might be like, shoot, you can go fight Dillashaw now. It's just not going to be for a belt. But, of course, Aljo kind of did the whole thing where he didn't take the belt. They put it on him. He took it back off. He went to the interview. He was like, oh, I didn't want to win like that, this, that, and the other. And honestly, he can do whatever he wants. I just don't think, of course, I don't know if I would have took the belt off and dropped it there. I would have took it. I might have took it off and just held it in my hand, but like below my waist. I know Daniel Cormier was talking about that. That's what he did when he won when he got his belt from when John Jones was disqualified for taking the PEDs. That's probably what I would have did. Just held it below my waist all the time. I wouldn't have shown it off, anything like that. Probably wouldn't have done the interview. Or maybe I would have. But now you say you're going to run it back. You should run it back if that's what you say. And of course, afterwards, he's on Twitter and stuff. He's on Twitter. He's out taking shots with the belt, like parading the belt around. And I get it. I get it. I truthfully get it. It's like, you want to have a good night. You're out there. You just won. You just got some money. You just got a check. So I'm gonna celebrate it. So I get that. I don't really have a problem with it. But yeah, so Aljo wins on disqualification, and now him and Jan had a little Twitter beef going on, and I feel like you got to run it back. Now, does he have to? No, because if he just won it not fair and square, because he did win it fair and square. If he just won it by KO, decision, submission, no one would be telling him to run it back. Some people would. Jan would be telling him to run it back, but I think he would be free to choose whoever he wanted to fight if he just won it based on one of the other three ways to win it. Yeah, so that was interesting. Room for debate. Of course, Izzy versus Blachowicz. I wanted Izzy to win. I feel like every black person wanted Izzy to win except like John Jones and every black person in the light heavyweight division and Derek Brunson and Derek Brunson probably didn't want him to win it, so he comes back to the middleweight. But Derek Brunson's not going to get a chance to fight Izzy, I don't think. I mean, he could. No, he does. He's not gonna get another chance to fight, is he? Not for the championship. But yeah, it was looking good at first. Izzy was looking good on the feet. Jan was looking good on the feet. Jan looked a little timid in the first round, but and he actually got a lot of. He got a couple first round. No, I think he got all of the first rounds actually, all except maybe one. I think he might have got all of them. Honestly, Jan might have got all the first rounds, but then, but I was watching that. Izzy was throwing the leg kicks like he was with Paulo. But Jan was checking him. It was kind of an under thing you kind of had to know to see. But Jan was checking those leg kicks throughout the whole fight. So I thought Izzy won at least the first and the second rounds. The second round was up for debate. I thought it was going to be. I thought someone was going to win 3 rounds to 2 because I thought Izzy obviously won the first and the third. And I thought Jan obviously won the fourth and the fifth. And he won those because taking Izzy down and he wasn't letting him back up. And from what I hear from people who know MMA, people who participate in MMA, is that there's 2 ways you can go about the ground. You can go down to the ground and you can try to ground and pound, which you may lose position and the guy may get back up. Or you could take the route that Yan took, is go down to the ground, lay on him, keep your position, but just stay active enough so the ref does not make you guys stand back up. And that's what Yan did for rounds 4 and 5. He took him down, didn't let him back up, stayed active enough though, just so Izzy could not get back up, or just so the ref wouldn't stand them back up. So yeah, Izzy does not win the light heavyweight belt, keeps the middleweight belt. But like the light heavyweight limit for weight when you weigh in is 205. Izzy weighed in at 205. And in MMA and a little bit of boxing, they cut weight down to get to that weight limit, and then they balloon back up. So Jan was probably in the ring around 220, 230. Cut down 205, balloon back up to 230. So Izzy's 200 pounds. Jan's just laying on him at 230. That's tough to get up from. So yeah, Izzy doesn't win that, but he took it like a champ. He took that L like a champ because of course he's won before, not in MMA, or he's lost before, but not in MMA. So he took it like a champ. You know, he's all the dare to be great stuff. That made me. Some people that might have put them off of Izzy, him losing, but that made me rock with him even more. Just he tried it, he didn't get it, and he acknowledged that he didn't get it. He didn't sulk in defeat or say, "Oh, if this, if that." No, he's like, "Yeah, this was the game plan. It didn't work. Credit to him. This is what he did. This is what I thought he was gonna do, and he didn't do it." So yeah, and credit to Jan Blachowicz for being a champ, handling his business. So that's enough UFC talk for now. It might be enough sports talk in general. I will say March Madness is coming up. Oh no! Shout out to my boy Juice, Justin Turner, becoming the school's all-time career leader in points. School's all-time leader in points. There we go. And breaking 2,000 points. That's big. I know I've never scored 2,000 points in anything except 2K and maybe a class. Definitely not a class because there's no way we have 2,000 points for. If there's 2,000 points in a class, that's OD. Yeah, no, definitely not. I have had 1,000 for a class, but I didn't get all 1,000. So yeah, shout out to Juice, shout out to Day, Trey, all the guys. Chan. Yeah, March Madness is coming up. I might do my picks with you guys. I might make like a bracket thing where you guys can join. But I already know my picks are going to be terrible. Now, they actually might be good. Because I haven't been watching any college basketball, my picks might be really good. But it's going to be hard because usually I'd pick like Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina to lose kind of early, or at least like Sweet 16. But they're not going to be in it. Well, North Carolina might. So I still might be able to get them. But usually I just pick them to lose Sweet 16 or before, and they always do. Except when they had a generational talent like Kendall Marshall and Anthony Davis. No, not Kendall Marshall. Was it Marcus Page? I think that was his name. Marcus Page. James Michael McAdoo. That wasn't him. Let me think. Okay. So yeah, that's enough sports talk for now. We might get into it another time. But I asked you guys on Instagram on my stories to give me some topics, and I've done that a couple times, and sometimes I'll kind of skim past. But I'm gonna go through I'm gonna go through some, maybe all of them today. The first one I wanted to get to was freaking Attack on Titan, bro. Because I've talked about it before. I've kind of lightly touched on it, but this show here, immaculate. Okay, if you haven't started it, go ahead and start it. You get it in English for the first 3 seasons. The 4th season, unless you want to subscribe to Funimation, which I wouldn't recommend. Well, I would recommend it. There's nothing bad with it, but it's extra charge. If you already have Hulu, you can just watch it on Hulu. But first 3 seasons are in English. Watch those if you want to, or watch them sub. I watched 4 season sub. It's pretty lit. And then start watching the 4th season, man, because it's really good. Like, spoiler, when they first got back to Paradise, and when they first got back to Paradise, and Levi took Jaeger. What is his name? What is the Beast Titan's name? It's Aaron. And what is the Beast Titan's name? Zeke Jaeger. When they first took Zeke out to the forest to watch him, and they showed the MPs in the restaurant drinking the wine, and then they showed Nicolo with the wine bottle, saying that like this is something special for them around those words, and they showed all the people out in the forest. My first thought was they drinking some Titan juice, where they're gonna turn them all into Titans, and that's how Zeke's gonna get out of that. Now, I think I was 50%. I think I was 50-50 on that guess. It is Titan juice, kind of. Yes, it is Titan juice. It's some Zeke spinal fluid in the wine. I don't know if that. No, I think I think I was 100% right. We're gonna see, but I definitely think that people in that forest drank it, and I think Zeke's gonna turn them up because they were drinking. Levi was not. Levi was dead focused on Zeke, so I think that's what's gonna happen. But it took a little while. It took a couple episodes for them to touch back on, the wine and why it was important, because of Gabby's goof ass always messing something up. So, and he's always messing it up for freaking Falco. She's always messing up for Falco, but Falco's messing up for himself because he's a simp. He is not slime. Falco is very simp. He's getting dragged into all types of nonsense for this girl. This girl who has a death wish. All because he doesn't want her to die. Like, it's not that he doesn't want her to become the Titan, get picked. He just doesn't want her to become the Titan, then die, because he wants to spend his life with her. He wants to let her live a long life. I'm like, oh, Falco. Given she may have feelings for him, but they're kids, man. And she's trying to die. He just got his head knocked out. It got knocked over by a full bottle of wine that had the Titan juice, and the Titan juice dripping in his mouth, and now everyone's flushing his mouth with water because they think the Titan juice might have got in it. So, and now Aaron got his gang. And he's trying to go link up with Zeke. He got his gang going against the old gang, Mikasa and Armin. It's Aaron versus Mikasa and Armin with this new guy, Pac. Just going to, he got new friends now. And now Mikasa and Armin out here crying every episode because Aaron is going just going against them. Aaron is going against them, doing his own thing, but with good intentions. Not good intentions, but good reason. With good reason, Aaron is going against them because the people of Paradise, not Sasha. Sasha just died. But the girl with the glasses, I keep forgetting her name. I keep forgetting everyone's name. I'm sorry, guys. I'm new to this. I'm sorry. I'm new to podcasting. But yeah, because they don't, not just her, but the whole government doesn't want to go through with the plan like Aaron wants to go through the plan. I don't know why they don't trust him, because obviously he can see into the future. He already knows how it's going to go. So why don't you trust him? They think, man, these people, man. These people. And they don't know their Titan history. Of course they don't, because they got brainwashed. And now Aaron and everyone's trying to tell him, but some of them aren't listening. And now Aaron has to go do it on his own with this whole group of revolutionists. They're going to find Zeke. Aaron's going to have to go against Levi. I wish maybe I don't wish I read the manga, because if I read the manga, I'd already know what was happening. But if I already knew what was happening, I wouldn't be here telling it to you guys with so much confusion and interest, because I'd already know what happened. So yeah, maybe I don't want them to fight Levi. I don't want them to fight Levi. I want Levi to, but Levi is such a good guy, and he's never gonna team up with Zeke, even though he kind of did. But there's no way that Aaron, Zeke, and oh my gosh, if Aaron, Zeke, and Levi became a team, you wouldn't even need anyone else. Well, Armin and Mikasa would be cool to have, but everyone else would be done. If you had, imagine that starting five, okay? Aaron Yeager at the 3. No, Aaron Yeager at the 4. We got Zeke Yeager at the 5. We got Big Mikasa at the 3. Then we got Armin and Levi in the backcourt. Levi would be the 2 because he a sniper. He the best killer in the game. Coldest in the, never to be outdone by anybody. He definitely be the 2. Armin would be the 1 because he the brains of everything, and he kind of short. It's getting frail and skinny. But then he turned into the Colossal, and now he the 5 because he freaking 1,000,000 feet tall. And then with Aaron and Zeke, when they link up, do their little fusion, now the rumbling happened because Zeke part of the royal blood. Aaron got the founding Titan and the attack Titan, almost got the jaw Titan, got the Warhammer Titan. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That 5 will be crazy. It's unstoppable, bro. If they was all in the same, if they was all on the same wavelength, bro, series would be over. Whole rest of the series would just be destruction and rule until they died. until Zeke, Aaron, and Armin died, because they only get 13 years to live, which it would go, Zeke would die first, and then I'm guessing they'd have to give it to Historia whenever she got back on her, whenever she becomes not pregnant, whenever she has a baby. So she takes Zeke's, and then Aaron would die soon, and I don't know who you give Aaron's freaking Titans to, because no one's gonna have that type of attitude for the cause. And Armin would have some years, so I guess he'd lead the pack. But this show is freaking crazy, dog. This show is fucking wild. This show is wild, bro. It's definitely like one of the wildest cartoons to try to. You can't judge this off the first episode. You can't judge it. You just can't judge it. You got to get 3 episodes in before you make a judgment on this show, because You watch the first one, you're gonna be like, what is going on? Watch the second one, you're gonna be like, what is going on? But as you watch more, it starts to tell you what's going on. So that's how it gets interesting. So yeah, watch the show. Watch the damn show. All right. If you don't, I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna strap you down to a table. I'm gonna put a monitor on the ceiling, and I'm gonna tape your eyes open and just make you watch the show. All right. I'm gonna come to each and every one of you's place of residence. I'm gonna make that happen. If you don't, come back, comment, tweet me, Instagram me, DM me something that you watched the dang show. Okay. Oh yeah, all you gotta do is get to episode 3. If you get to episode 3, I promise you, you're not gonna want to stop. 1, because it's so weird, and 2, because it's just gonna have you hooked. All right. I did that with my boy Ashawn. My boy Ashawn, I've been telling him for a while, watch Attack on Titan, watch Attack on Titan. He called me a random day when I was getting off work. He's like, yo, I started Attack on Titan. I'm like, how is it? He said, this is lit. He called me the next, like a couple days later. I was like, yo, I'm up to date on Attack on Titan. It's like, dang, it's been 2 days. He finished 3 seasons and then an extra 6 or 7 episodes, because that was where we were at of Attack on Titan, because it's that good. But all right, we're not done with sports. My boy RJ wanted to ask, who would I leave open, Steph or Clay? After what Steph just did last in the All-Star game, bro, I gotta go Clay. Steph's just a monster, bro. Steph might be the best point guard of all time. I don't know who you're saying is better than that, man, but I don't know what you want from that. He might be the best of all time. I'm gonna do this last one. I should probably do this with someone else, but I'm gonna do this by myself, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it. My boy Roger asked this question. He said, can black people that date white people speak on black issues? The answer is, of course they can. Of course they can. They can speak on it. Now, I know the direction this question wants me to go. Now, I can't tell you whether you should take their opinion seriously or not. That's up to you. Every black person has their own different ideas on what interracial relationships are, how they feel about them. But I will say there are some, just on the internet, we don't know if that's how they really act. Because of course they do it, they act this way and they get clout off of it. So you never know. Don't take everything you see on the internet with a grain of salt, except for this podcast, because I'm keeping it real with you. Yeah, some black people on the internet, and a lot of times it's black guys, they start shucking and jiving for the white lady, okay? And they start acting ways that's like, what are you doing, man? So yeah, so it depends on who it is and how they act, man. Because if they just start like out their body, like doing weird stuff, I wouldn't appreciate their input. But I mean, like, it depends on what they're saying, man. Because if someone's like, you can't say you can't say you can't say just because a black man lets his white girlfriend call him the hard R while they have intercourse, it means he can't say Black Lives Matter. Because I mean, you're only gonna say that their opinions on black issues don't matter if they say something that you don't like. That's how the internet works. People only say your opinions don't matter when it's something that they don't agree with. Like, no one's ever gonna tell a white person who says Black Lives Matter that they're wrong or that their opinion doesn't matter. Like, they're like, oh yes, an ally, we got one. But if they say like all lives matter, they're like, oh, your opinion doesn't matter, get out of here. And giving all lives matter is a stupid trend. It's ridiculous. All right, but that was just an example. But yeah, can black people that date white people speak on black issues? Of course they can. It's just up to you if you accept it or not, and whether you accept it does not change their life, and what they say should not change yours because you don't know that person and they don't know you. Unless you do know them and they're like talking crazy, then you gotta smack them in the face for talking crazy. It's like, bro, go back to your European. Okay, go back to your colonizer. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not drunk. I promise. I haven't been drinking that much of it. Um, I think that's a perfect place to end it off. It's been a good podcast. A little bit under an hour. It's good to get back in the flow of it. I missed you guys. So I think I'm gonna stop doing outro songs and stuff. I think um I think I'm gonna stop doing outro songs. I think I'm gonna stop. I don't know why I'm thinking about this now, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for listening. This has been episode 18 or 19 of the Life of Lik. Hopefully we can get it back going. Expect more once we get stuff figured out. Hopefully I can start potting with my boy Jeff again. Hopefully we can make that its own independent stream content channel, which is we talk about soccer. His team is doing terrible. Mine is getting back better. So if you hear this, Jeff, just know I hope you guys win on Wednesday, but I really don't because I want you guys to keep doing bad so you guys can stay lower and we can keep trying to climb. Go listen to Duel the Takes podcast. There was a high school classmate of mine, Nate Martin, and some of his friends. We were on there, or I was a special guest. So it's a couple weeks old by now. But yeah, I'm going to go listen to it soon because I haven't. So I'm going to go listen to it right after I get off of here and hear my nonsense about Eddie Murphy movies. It was really fun. So, and go listen to their podcast. It's really fun. If you like movies, TV shows, or just people talking in general, go listen to that because I told you to and because they're really good. And they also made me an avatar, a literal avatar. They made me an avatar. Like I am Aang. Okay? I might just put it right here. Okay? They made me an avatar and it's now my Twitter profile picture and they're dope for that. So appreciate whoever made that. I appreciate you guys for having me on. What else do I need to shout out? Oh, another podcast. And maybe I don't know. Me and my guy Posty were talking about it today. But whenever we talk on Instagram, we have two things. At first, it was Lik and Posty 2024. Like we were going to run for president, but we're not. We're too young. And now, Lik and Posty Save the World. So that might be a new podcast. Honestly, I've been thinking about it. We're just going to be on here talking crazy. No script. Some topics, but no real script. Yeah, so I don't think that would interfere with this. Maybe it does. Maybe that becomes the Life of Lik. Maybe the Life of Lik transforms into Lik and Posty Save the World. I don't know. But also, my boy Jeff, who we've done one episode, 2 episodes officially, or 1 episode officially, one unofficially, one is official, one is unofficial. We've created 2 podcasts. He has a clothing brand out, that is super dope. He had me model for it. The clothing brand is called Yosha, at Shop Yosha, ShopYosha on Instagram. So go follow that. His the new line, summer and spring, I believe, is dropping March 13th. I'm going to be buying definitely the crew neck and probably the block hoodie. So I didn't get to buy his first drop. I'm definitely buying both of those this drop, because he takes his time with it. He uses good materials. He really puts time and money into it. So that's official as a whistle, like a whistle, whatever that saying is. And of course, shout out to my boy Miles, Styles by Miles, still doing his thing. And my boy Shard, I don't know if Shard listened to this or not, but he's doing his thing with his Kicks OG. I believe it's Kicks.OG or Kicks OG LLC, KICKZ OG.LLC or something like that. But yeah, if you need some shoes in BG, out of BG, hit up him. Also, my boy Q, Level Up Columbus. Just look up Level Up Columbus. He's also selling shoes. I got friends doing a lot of stuff, man. And this is free promo. All right. So next time, if y'all hear this, next time y'all better come with the bag, bro, because this ain't free. This promo ain't free, man. I'm broadcasting this around the world for you guys. Okay. So when you see your followers shoot up by 7 million after I post this, I don't want to hear it. Okay. Bring the bag. I need Joe Rogan Spotify type bags. Okay. Joe Budden type bags for this podcast. Bill Simmons, the Podfather type bags. All right? Talk to me nice. This has been episode 18. Life of Lik. See you next week. Peace.
Got your bitch on the ropes, what you know about it?
Do Sage of the boat, what you know about it?
Flew me out to the coast, what you know about it?
Broken heart, face tap, what you know about it?